Oh my, how did I forget the intro to our show? Okay. Hi, welcome to The Truth Runs Deep. I'm Terryn,
I'm Kalli.
and today we're here to talk about all things law and order, organized crime, SVU, fanfic writing, and more. We're sorry this is late. A lot of things compiled in the past like 4 days, but it's okay. So this episode will be late.
Life happens.
Life happens, but this will be a fun one, I think. It's also very late at night. Also, this MacBook
It's
camera
almost
looks horrible.
midnight.
Yeah, it's like 11 p.m. for me, almost 11. Mac, like Apple would do better about your webcams. Like it looks horrible. Anyway, sorry, that's a personal rant for another day. Anyway, is there any show news that we can talk about right now?
Uh, oh yeah, all that giant party everybody had.
Yeah, it was the party.
It's like big crossover all over again.
Mm.
So the only people that weren't there were, I think, Mariska and then one other person. Everybody else was there, and they
Mm.
had like an entire like organized crime group photo, and they had a picture with um Cameron, Danielle, Molly, and Ainsley, which both of us absolutely flipped out about. Um, and then just one giant group photo. And then they also had like a separate party where they had the Chicago shows, but
Mm.
it's a big old Wolf Entertainment party.
Yeah, it
Really
was.
cool.
That was pretty cool though to see. Uh,
Also, like, we've been really getting really attached to Muncie lately, and we've already been attached to Jet. So the fact that they had Molly and Ainsley in one photo together, we were both like,
yes, it was very exciting. It was a very joyous day. It was
in
fantastic.
the group photo, like
Mm.
Molly has her shoulder on Ainsley's arm, and I'm like,
We're like, yes, I need some water.
oh, they need to
Mm.
have a scene together now because their vibes are very similar, and
Mm-hmm.
it would be awesome. You know, if those
We need to
scenes
write more of
survive,
them. We have ideas for how to write them.
we'll get to it.
We have ideas how to write them.
Yeah,
We just
we
haven't
gotta
done it yet.
pick out.
I did we put those on the list? I maybe we'll I'll put those on the list eventually. But we have like a
We gotta
list. We have a list.
somewhere.
We have a
Yeah.
list.
Okay.
Uh, Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, which is almost Thanksgiving right now. That's so late. We are literally the day you're supposed to be in these episodes is the day we're recording it. Like, it's okay though.
Um, I've got 7 minutes before
It is
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving. It is
in my
like an hour and
calendar.
something. It is almost Thanksgiving. But I
It's
guess
fine.
we won't dilly
Okay.
dally because it literally is this late at night. So we'll get to the show
And
because there's some fun.
my entire house is asleep, so if I sound quiet, that is
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, I mean I can always edit later, I guess, eventually. Who knows? I might get real lazy and just literally put the clips together and upload it. Who knows? We'll find out. We'll find
Right,
out.
let's see if we can remember what happened.
Yeah, it's been like
I
almost a week. This is like the latest we've like waited out since we usually do it like Saturday or Sunday. It's Wednesday. It's
almost
been
Thursday.
yeah,
Okay.
almost Thursday, literally.
Um, the the Law and Order episode is called Chain of Command.
Mm-hmm.
It literally starts with like this rich guy in his house and he's drinking wine and he's having a panic attack and all of a sudden he gets shot and he's dead
Mm-hmm.
because somebody entered his house. Um, Cosgrove and Shaw show up and they find out he was shot 3 times in the chest at close range and that he was a former colonel in the army.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Alexander Lockett. They go to his workplace. They find out he had a verbal argument with his boss. So somebody described it verbal MMA fight.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Her video froze.
yeah,
I can hear your video just froze, and that's kind of rubbing.
I clicked
Why
it
is my
back. Is
internet
it
unstable? My internet is
I
not
clicked it.
unstable.
I clicked it back. Can you see me?
I still hear you. You're good. Why's my internet unstable? Oh, it's on the
Okay,
TV.
there.
That's probably why.
That's really good.
Mine's internet. Where's the 5G? I put it on the good internet. What am I? Sorry, I thought I heard something. Okay.
Okay. Somehow it gets into an argument of like, why do men always reduce women to sex? Why
Mm-hmm.
would that be the argument? The argument was about uh when really it was about something that was going on with his boss.
Mm-hmm.
And we found out Alexander's boss is making him commit financial crimes. Woo. Um, Cosgrove and Shaw get called after the crime scene, and they find out that Alexander's daughter says his distinguished um service cross is missing that he earned at Camp Victory.
Mm-hmm.
He earned while serving at Camp Victory in Iraq. Um, there's some more investigating. We find out the possible suspect killer named Shane Reisner is also in the army, but honorably discharged by Lockett. Then it turns out it's not him because they find out he died 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Cosgrove and Shaw find out about another military personnel, um, Vincent Martinez, and they go to Reisner's funeral to talk to him. Cosgrove wants to go get out of the car immediately. Shaw says, "You need to wait," and Cosgrove is like, "Why?" Which was when we find out that Shaw has a brother that's currently in the military. His father was in the military. Um, that you can't just go interrupt a military funeral, even if somebody has possibly, like,
Mm-hmm.
even if you have to go question somebody. Like, I mean, I kind of get it. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we have to do this respectfully.
Yeah. Unless I'm
Um,
trying to make it less dark in here. But there we go.
so they go in the church. They watch Martinez pay his respects. He sees them and runs. And Cosgrove immediately runs, and Shaw is like, "You didn't want to run." They're trying to apologize to hit him while they're running, but they have to go get the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we find out through more questioning, we find out that Reisner and Martinez were in the same unit together. Um, Lockett was their colonel, and that there was another person in the mix, and his name is Luke Fallon. Cosgrove and Shaw find him, but Lockett's brave, and he has Lockett's medal. So they arrest him. Then we get Sam and Nolan scenes. Yay! I don't remember what they are, but they were together, and that is enough for me.
It always is. It always is for us. Just those little crumbs. It just makes me feel good in my bones.
Um, during the so currently President Stalin for murder,
Mm-hmm.
and they have Martinez on the stand. It's a trying, and Martinez is not
Mm-hmm.
answering questions. Uh, the judge is getting like annoyed, and Nolan is like, "Please let me try to fix this." Because at first the original plan was like to have him be a hostile witness, and then there was like the conversation they're like, "We can't really do that with a military veteran." So he was trying to fix the situation um, cordially. Did not work. The judge did not care. Held him within contempt. And Nolan looks up like a sigh. He's like, "Oh," and he even rolls his eyes at it, which is funny. I'm like, "You tried."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And then we get this fun scene.
You lost your audio, homie. Hold on. Lost your audio.
How long did you lose my audio?
No, that was only for like 5 seconds.
Oh, okay. Um, we have Parker, Shaw, Nolan, and Sam in a scene together, and they're
Mm-hmm.
discussing the case. And I love this scene. You
I
know,
love it
they
too.
just
It's very
had to
fun.
work. It was so good. We go back to the courthouse. We find out that Fallon is changing his plea from not guilty to not guilty by mental insanity
Mm-hmm.
due to PTSD from burn pit, which is what military used to like store all the trash in. Uh, that is like horrible. Like it would exude, exude, release um toxic fumes and everything. It was not good. Um, it caused so bad that it caused Fallon to get a brain tumor by his frontal lobe. Um, so the jury was trying to argue that the lobe was affecting his brain chemistry and caught so he lost it. McCoy was not buying it. He said that they're using the brain tumor to emotionally manipulate the jury to ignore the facts. And I'm gonna go out with I did not like McCoy in this episode. I usually like him, but he's way too rough in this episode. I did not like it. But then again, it might be the old white male
Mm.
attitude.
Yep.
Um,
Always that, the picture.
so we find
Oh.
out from Fallon testifying,
Mm-hmm.
or Martinez testifying, one of them, that Reisner had killed himself
Mm-hmm.
because he had pulmonary fibrosis due to the toxic fumes from the burn pit, and he basically, kind of similar to what Tucker did when he took his own life, that he would rather end it now than deal with the suffering of the disease or after effects that they have. Like, death is better than the pain.
Uh-huh.
Um, then there's like this uh, military officer that goes up to Sam and Nolan, and he hands them this file about Fallon. Fallon had said that he never drew his weapon outside of combat ever. Um, this official using the file, and it says that during a routine night patrol, Fallon got in an argument with three Iraqi citizens, and someone was killed. He was sent on a mission and instructed to. Oh, that's related. Yeah, he sent on a mission and instructed to take care of it. Um, Sam gets in this whole thing of, so you want to basically like you want to put the blame on this instead of dealing with the real problem, which is the burn pit, which is
Mm-hmm.
causing all these soldiers to get deathly sick. Um, then we get a conversation of Nolan, Jack, and Sam in his office. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Nolan does not want to use the file. Jack it. Jack is saying he has to use the file.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Nolan doesn't want to use it because he does not think this is correct. Something about it is wrong. Why are we getting into it now? Jack's like, why? And Nolan says, because I believe him. Jack's like, you need to use the file. Nolan, he gets 5 minutes into Q Dancer being badass.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, are you playing rank? Jack?
We're like,
And then
oh,
Jack says, I was like, ooh, yeah.
yeah, it's a very mic drop kind of moment. You just
Yeah,
gotta.
because um, from what most of the stuff that we've seen on the show is McCoy, and Nolan like listens and respects everything that McCoy tells him. Now we know that it's not a perfect boss mentor relationship, which is really cool. Jack says, I guess I am. He says, you need to stop.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we get transition to a scene of Nolan laying on the couch in his office, looking over the file. No tie, and his shirt isn't buttoned a little, and
We're like, oh,
Sam was in the room.
we're like, this is
Take that
casual.
with what you will.
No, I was like, this was real casual. Like,
Real casual. And Sam is there.
I know Sam is there. I was like, oh, this is real casual now.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's looking
Sorry, we
about.
just like to think about that little moment.
Yeah.
We like to
So,
think about that. It feels
yeah.
good.
Yeah. So, they look over the file, and Nolan sits up as he finally realizes he has something.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to court, and he's cross-examining Fallon, and he's like, I need you to read this part in the file that the military did not tell anybody about. And so the basic of it was a letter that Lockett wrote to all of his men. He said that for 4 years he tried to get the army to stop using burn pits to get rid of waste, and no one knew. Uh, he apologized to his soldiers and he said he couldn't protect those who fought valiantly. And Fallon broke down on his bed. He had no idea. This man that he looked up to for so long,
Mm-hmm.
who he thought betrayed him and his men, was really trying to fight for him the whole time. And so because of that, he is found guilty. But it's just a sad case all around.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the military not covered their ass, and said that Lockett had tried to get rid of this stuff for years, no one would have ended up dead. Or
Mm-hmm.
less people would have ended up dead. I was right earlier, but the mission that Fallon was sent on, because they asked Martinez about it, and he said no. He was instructed to go use deadly force, and it was wrong intel. The citizen that he killed was unarmed, didn't know it was a citizen, and didn't know it was unarmed. They were following orders.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the episode ends with the same conversation between Sam and Nolan, and basically it sums up the entire episode. They said, because they're talking about like the burn pits and everything, and they're like, if it's still not sure, that makes it right.
Mm-hmm.
And Nolan said, no one ever said it was.
Yep.
And I guess it's just
Yeah.
another side of the military that no one ever really hears about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it was an important episode to like share this because I googled it because I didn't know what these
Mm-hmm.
things were. And they are real things that they use in Iraq, and it's crazy that they used it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
If it was causing people to get sick. Um, I don't know if you've seen any of the commercials, but there's commercials online of like legal commercials about camp Lejeune, which
Mm-hmm.
is like a military base back in the 80s. It's very similar to the burn pit thing. The water the military was given to drink was full of toxins, and it's caused many of the soldiers to get sick with cancer and multiple other things. And the military never said anything. None of them knew they were drinking toxic filled water
Mm-hmm.
until later.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, I don't know why, but there's finally legal teams that are like, if your family was ever affected by this, you can actually do something about it. So it's just I don't know if it's the reason why they put the episode out at the same time, but it seems pretty poignant that all this stuff is happening at the same time.
Yeah. I think this kind of hits close home to me because I do like definitely understand from like a personal level. I do understand that this happened because it happened to my dad. It's being someone who served overseas, and the like burn pits can give you cancer. But he's in remission now. I talked to you about this when we watched the
Yeah,
episode. But yeah, like it's a serious thing that the like military does need to get a hold of before it like takes more lives of people. Um, what do you rate this episode? I don't think there's a lot to talk about this episode. It kind of just didn't. It was kind of just all kind of sad. It wasn't like besides the like.
um,
It was kind of just
like generally 3,
yeah.
the poignancy 4.
Yeah, like the story I thought was good. It's something that nobody talks about. But it was kind of like, eh,
Yeah, Metcalf like posted and said it's like a different another side of like veterans that you don't usually hear about.
yeah.
And it's true.
Mm, yeah, it was kind of just yeah. I mean, I didn't dislike the episode. I liked the episode. It just wasn't like
Yeah.
not much to write home about, I guess you could say.
I
Yeah.
don't remember what next week's episode is about.
Oh, I kind of had to look up because I couldn't find the title for a long time until today when I looked it up. Because I was like, that's what I was looking up. I was like, what was the title for it? I never could find it. It's called The System. Hold on. Let me give it the trailer a quick watch real quick. Work, please. And hello. Open the link.
Do, do, do,
I
do,
believe.
do,
Work.
do,
Open. Thank
do.
you. Okay, I'm watching it real quick. Okay. Basically, stop. Okay, I got it now. That took 15 seconds. But okay, basically what happens is it's like this African American guy. He may have been arrested before or something. It's not quite sure, but he's
Think
gone
so.
he's gone out and he's afraid of going to jail again for maybe something he hasn't done before. Maybe he has a crime he has not committed, but it's not quite sure. This is like 15 minutes of the episode. I'm kind of just making stuff up on the fly. But it's like they're in like a bookstore or something. He's holding people hostage and Shaw is trying to like de-escalate the situation. And it's called The System.
Cool. We
Yep.
get Shaw scenes. Yes, we get.
Well, there's some court scenes too. So Nolan in the trailer and Sam in the trailer. We'll get some Nolan and
Yeah.
Sam too. Well, not next week. It's like a week after next because it stays on
Oh
the 23rd. Yeah, it's come back to the 8th. So sad day.
yeah. Okay.
We got a minute to wait.
We'll
Okay.
get to what that is later. Okay. Next
That's
is you.
that's for you. We're all kind of speed running because it's late. So yeah, we're kind of just
It's yeah. So it's called A Better Person.
yes.
Um, the episode literally starts with um Sunny popping champagne for Amanda. It's
Mhm.
like, oh my god.
I think that's when
Cause
my TV
I
clicked off on
I
accident, so I didn't actually see most of the scene. I was mad. I
I
was
I originally thought
it's gonna be the proposal.
yes, exactly. I
It was gonna be the
originally thought this
proposal.
was gonna be the
We were like,
proposal.
that's why I had my phone out to record it because I was like, and then my fell on the remote and I was like, dang, the TV flashed on. I was trying to fix it.
Because Amanda's like, what's going on? And then Sunny's like, can you stop being a detective for 5 seconds? I was like,
I was like, oh,
why is that what the choice of words you use?
I was like,
Why? And he's like, we are celebrating. I'm like, oh my god, please, please,
is this it? I was like, this is
please.
the big one? Is it happening? It was not the
No,
big one.
it was not.
Yeah, it will be the
But
big one in two
um,
weeks.
I mean, it wasn't. It was still kind of good. So Sunny sat down
Okay.
and he just painted freaking smile on his face.
He's so happy, happy boy.
So happy to tell her about it. That Ford has loved her lecture, and he
Mm,
put his feelers out with his old roommate, college roommate, which took me a second to like remember like college roommate, not night school roommate. His old college roommate, they're offering her a teaching position, and Amanda's like, she said
mm,
it like softly about you. She's like, I'm not a teacher. Um,
You're like,
And I'm like, ah, um, because there's something about forensic psychology, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or which is um, forensic psychology or forensic science. You have a
Mm-hmm.
degree in one of those. If you don't remember what it is right now. And Sunny was like, it doesn't, you don't just don't say no right now. Right now, we're gonna celebrate. And they clink, they like cups. So he's like, don't say no right now. Just enjoy your champagne. They clink their paper cups of champagne together
Yes.
and
It's very
to the
sweet. I
future.
love this scene. If I had seen it, I
Uh,
would. I saw like the beginning and the end. The middle part didn't see. So,
I just don't even. Okay.
but you were like, you need
Uh,
to watch it, and I forgot to go back to watch it. Anyway,
okay. So the actual kid.
yeah, because this was all
Uh,
like the first like minute of the show.
yeah. So then we go to this like bowling alley. This
Mm-hmm.
guy, his name is Aiden, and he's getting a girl flirting with him. He's like, yeah, whatever. Um, he goes back to his like dad and his friend. They're out bowling for his 25th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they get in an argument. Aiden goes home. Later, the dad gets home. Like silent. He gets worried. He sees his son on the floor. He crashes in the house and the son is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so they show like quick glimpses of the crime scene. So there's bite marks on his leg, and then there's a red seal near him.
Mm-hmm. 10 minutes.
Remember that for later.
Yeah, we won't spoil the episode because literally that's what we're here
Um,
to.
so we find out later that the kid Aiden is Mark McDaniel's son, who's suspected in like a financial crime unit or something.
Mm,
So it's a close case for the
mm,
NYPD.
mm,
Um, they find out there's bite marks on his legs, genitals. The dad already not off a great start when he literally put the son on the bed and covered him up with a blanket. And they're like, okay, great. There goes the DNA from there.
mm,
Um, and then Amanda has this line while her and Olivia are looking in the bedroom that made me want to cry and
mm.
scream at the same time.
Oh, I know what you mean.
And she said, because I'm looking at Aiden on the bed, and she said, can you imagine if Jesse or Billy or Noah, we see this all the time? And
I was
Olivia says, I can. And I'm
like, ooh, that one hurt. Sorry.
really good,
Cries.
especially because um, like we've heard Amanda talk about like her girls and
Mm,
hearing like if anything ever happened to her girls. The fact that she said her girls and Noah, she brought
mm.
up the nephew to his mother, like just
Yeah,
one line is
yeah,
very
they're a tight
powerful.
family, and that means a
And
lot.
that Olivia can imagine it possibly ever happening to her nieces. It's yeah,
Mm,
like Terryn said, tight family. So we
yeah.
find out that
Please, they better give
Aiden,
us. They better give us in the next episode. We need some like more Jesse Billy interactions with Olivia at least one more time. Like, please.
that and Noah, because if not, I
Yeah, all
will
three.
yell at
We need the
people.
children. Please, look, we do it in our all the time in our fix, but like we need it in
Yeah.
real life.
Okay. So we find out that Aiden was sodomized with a wine bottle.
Hmm.
It's bad. I forget who says this line, but there's a line that comes up and it says, "Look, people can." Oh, I think it's him. He says, "Look, people can
Yeah,
just
what you
control
said.
their impulses, professor."
Like
And Amanda
everybody's
looks at him like,
what? And we're like,
"What?" Um. So they find out that Aiden went to a bar. Or
mm,
Aiden's friend went to a bar, but his friend was there talking to this girl.
mm,
So they're looking up the security footage from the bar. and Amanda is the one who notices it. She pulls up a picture of Aiden to compare it to the girl that they see in security footage. We find out, and this is the big plot twist of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden was the girl.
Mm-hmm.
We later get Muncie and I
Yes.
think
What was that?
Velasco or
Mm-hmm.
Tim talking to the best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mentioned this before, like we had never seen Muncie in a situation like this before with a case involving transgender people, and I didn't know how she was gonna react.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she reacted right, and she was
Yes.
an ally and was going with it.
Yes. Use
And
proper
every time,
pronouns for people.
yeah, every time
She
the friend
corrected pronoun
said,
usage
yeah,
when people were wrong.
they said he, and she said she means she. Um, we find out Aiden is going by Ada now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this line was pretty powerful. Because now that Aiden's dead, his best friend's like, I grew up with the kid. We've known each other all our lives. He said, if I had to do it all over again, I'd buy him a beer and tell him I love him. And it's like, yeah, that hurts. Because the friend said that he was angry. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell are you doing? Dressed like this, etc. And he's like, he regrets it. So the friend regrets it. So
Mm-hmm.
they go talk to the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The parents had
Olivia,
like separated, so they had to come
yeah,
back to
parents are
talk
separate.
to talk to each other
They
about
had to
this.
come back to talk to Olivia and Amanda. Um, well, we find out the mom knew about Ada and talked to her every single night. The
Mm-hmm.
dad did not pay attention, did not know, um, because he kept telling Olivia and Amanda to go back to the crime scene, see if there's anything they can find to get this whoever did this to
Mm-hmm.
his son. Um, and he said, um, so he, at one point he's like, I'm sorry, I thought you were a captain. And I was like, excuse me.
Oh yeah,
They
this scene
don't
with Olivia popped off at this moment.
now.
Real
Yeah, she popped off because like
was.
for the long, like a big chunk of the episode, like,
Ooh, I think the bomb's about to go. Oh no, we have 4 minutes. It's
no,
okay.
they thought it was the dad. And
Yeah. I
Olivia,
did think that for a long time, and I was
yeah,
like, maybe not.
fires back with, if I thought you killed Aiden, you'd already be in cuffs.
Mm-hmm. And so, ooh, Queen.
And the dad is like, nope, go. Um, while Amanda's like, are you okay? And Olivia says, Rollins, I've
You got
been doing guys
smackdowns.
smackdowns my whole career.
Sure has. That's it. My
Yes.
the OG line is like, I what is it? I like her. She think I asked her for some water, and she's like, I like she's like, and
Like
I
her
liked her balls in
balls
a
in a
blender, but life ain't
blender,
a
but
bitch.
ain't but ain't like a bitch.
And I said, what a queen.
Um, so as they're literally walking back to their car, they get a call that there is another victim. Her name is Cora.
Mm-hmm.
Um, before they go talk to Cora, we find out that Finn calls Muncie Month,
Uh-huh. Like
Month,
nickname era.
Month.
Yeah.
Nickname, cute,
Yeah,
cool.
my nickname
Anyway,
era. That's how we come a
um,
long way.
yeah, so Cora tells Olivia and Amanda about his name is Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
She was upfront with him that she was a trans woman. Um, he seemed intrigued by it. They date one time. They went home. That is when he went into what Cora describes as beast mode. Um, he started getting really rough. She went along with it to survive. until she was able to reach for her mace, make them in the eye, and run. Um, so that's when they have Finn and Lumpy going to look for the guy, because now they have, you know, mace in the eye is gonna cause some
Yeah.
damage. Now they know
Mm-hmm.
what they're looking for. Um, so they find this guy, and he like went down this fire escape, and
Mm-hmm.
Monkey saw him, knew she probably should have waited to back up, but the guy ran and she did not think twice before jumping down the fire escape.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's looking around for him with a gun and a flashlight, and he tackles her. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh my god!"
Oh,
But her being apparently extremely strong, fights back,
oh, she's stronger also.
cuffs, like pins him down, and punches him a few times. Um,
Yeah, we're at
and
less than a
then
minute, so complete your
yeah,
thoughts.
so like, you go, girl. Like,
Yeah, I was
do
like,
I
pop off.
condone violence? No, but
But it was pretty badass. I get it was pretty
and
bad.
and self defense considering he attacked her first.
Mm-hmm. The bazoom was about to explode.
I I made the point of saying that now. Ooh, Sam Lumpy and Jet both tackled people.
Yes. They're tiny but mighty, like small
Mm,
ones.
exactly.
You
But
gotta be
once we guys and we come back, I'll continue my thoughts. But
yeah, we're literally waiting for the bazoom to explode because this literally happens every time. But we are like we did get a lot in this one.
yep.
Okay. Continue your
All right,
thoughts.
we're back. Yeah. So Munchie punches the guy. And then brings him up back in the fire escape, and Finn is staring at her like, "What the hell did you just do?"
Mm-hmm.
She fires back with this awful lie. She's like, "Don't look at me. I didn't do it. He fell off the fire escape."
And we're like,
So she's like really like um more badass than that. It was hilarious. She's like, "Don't look at me. I didn't do it. He fell off the fire escape." Um, and then we go back to the precinct, and Olivia and Finn are having a conversation about like what happened to him.
mm-hmm.
And Finn is like, "Oh, Lumpy is a lot stronger than she looks."
And I was like, oh, strong girl.
She does. Um, so Olivia is then talking to the father of Ada again. She is somehow convinced, or the group is talking about, they are convinced that is like the DNA, but she won't admit
Mm-hmm.
it. And we go to court, and we for the, I think, for the first time since they started dating, we get Amanda testifying in court, and Sunny is the prosecution attorney.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Would this ever work in real life?
No,
No.
but it's a TV
Do I
show.
care right now?
No.
No.
This is what the glorious thing
um,
called. It's a fictional show. You can do whatever you want. Well,
yeah, I
let me
mean, it's
write fan fiction. You
literally,
can really do whatever you want with fan fiction.
yeah. And it's like the first time they've done it. Like,
Yeah.
everybody at the beginning was like, oh, they're going to do it all the time. No, the first time they've done it.
And the last time, sad day.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Who knows
Um,
what happens next week? Who knows? There's a lot of stuff going on.
yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
what's going
yeah,
on from there.
um, so Amanda, her, she's literally like killing it on the stand. Like,
She is.
poised, calculated, professional. Exactly what she's talking about. She says, since she wrote, I only got one part of the quote, but basically she says, people like to put things in neat little boxes, and gender identity doesn't always work like that. To which I have the question is, how did Amanda become an expert on LGBTQIA plus issues?
Mm. Who knows?
I mean, there's like headcanons, like with, Rolivia and everything, or just in general, that Amanda is possibly bisexual.
I was like most people on the show is bisexual, just saying.
Fair,
Okay, we're
but
like most of
it's
you
just
are just saying. Could be true. I feel like I believe that. I feel like I really honestly believe that too. But you know,
yeah. I mean,
everyone is bisexual on this show.
yeah. Um, so it's even more like past like just a professor lecture thing. It's just I'm curious how she got to be able to speak so well on these issues. Um,
Mm-hmm.
then the defense attorney stands up and decides to bring up um, Amanda's lecture about sexual deviancy,
Yeah,
and
from
Amanda's like,
controlled burn.
yeah, thank you. Say Amanda's like, this has nothing to do with what happens to these
Mm-hmm.
people. Um, and then the defense attorney just keeps getting worse
Mm-hmm.
because when Cora goes up to testify against Lucas, Sonny treats her like a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the only time he ever brings up anything about her identity is if it's important to the case.
Mm-hmm.
He is very respectful about the questions he asks.
Mm-hmm.
The defense attorney, on the other hand, broke like the number one rule when talking about trans people.
Mm-hmm.
And then she brought up all of Cora's past life
Mm-hmm.
before they transitioned.
Yeah, because
Um,
I think she brought up about the fact that Cora was like a wrestler, but then
yeah,
the reason why she was a wrestler is because she was bullied, so she learned to wrestle to like defend.
um, because part of Cora's thing is that she couldn't fight. Like he got Ross and she went along with it and couldn't fight back. So the defense attorney is like, how could somebody on the wrestling team not be able to fight back? And Cora's like, that was my former life. My body physicality has changed. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there the whole time being like, what the hell, lady? Like bringing up all this stuff. Cora's like breaking down on the stand. Like, um, then we get a scene of Olivia talking to Mac again, and Mac is like, where the hell were Cora's parents? They should have been there for her. And Olivia says, Cora doesn't have the luxury that like Aiden does because her parents never accepted. So Cora's parents never accepted that she was trans, and that's why they left it. Olivia, Mac have an entire conversation about Ada. Um, Olivia says, I think you're a person that's somebody who makes a mistake, but makes it right in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mac finally admits he hid all of Eden's woman clothing or Ada's clothing,
Mm-hmm.
um, and wiped out all the DNA
Mm-hmm.
because he basically his thing was cops there, people there, reporters there. He didn't want any of it out there. And Olivia said he said she chose shame, and Olivia said over justice for the child. And Mac is like, what do I do now? Olivia says you can still be there for Ada. It's the name that the daughter chose for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, later, Mac figures out that she knows she'll have to confess to felony in order to make things right for Ada. So that Ada's crime could also be um, charged along with Cora.
Mm-hmm.
She does. She goes up against a um, to the grand jury and confesses to the felony messing with a crime scene or tampering with a crime scene.
Mm,
Um, he says he finally, the first time for this episode, he calls Ada his daughter.
mm-hmm.
He says, I wasn't enough of a man to accept that. Um, and then I think Teresa says, why did you keep stuff, even if it was the dresses and makeup and everything? And he says, because it was the last things I had to remember my child.
Mm-hmm.
So after they got um, Ada's testimony in there, apparently Lucas told her like origami,
That's
and
what
he was
Carisi
going to
says.
jump into both, yep, Cora and Ada's murder. They also find out there's 8 other rape victims,
Mm-hmm.
and he is living in Belgium from Germany. Um, then we get the scene at the end, and Muncie is literally chilling on her desk, feet on her desk, eating Hawaiian pizza.
She had is there some big slices of pizza too? I was like this remembering this in my head. I was like,
She's just like,
that was some big pizza, girl. It was
um, and Finn is like asking her about the scene at the fire escape, and she's like, honestly, Sergeant, I was already halfway down the stairs. So she's like, thanks for hearing me say you need backup, and she's like, honestly, I was already halfway down the stairs.
because Finn
And then
is
Finn
like,
is like, Finn puts his foot down, and he's like, if you ever go against
I
my orders again,
will go. We'll
I
tell
will
the
go
people.
tell Benson. And then she's like, yes, sir,
Mm-hmm.
because that's apparently what Finn has to do now. I mean, I feel like Monkey being like, him telling Monkey, if you don't do it again, then I'm going to do something should be enough.
Mm-hmm.
But it also proves how much respect Monkey has for Benson, that
Mm-hmm.
she does not want to get in trouble with her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at the end, Olivia and Amanda attend this like candlelight vigil service for Ada
Mm-hmm.
at the bar that she would always go to. They all cheer, do like a salute to Ada. Amanda asks, "Do you think they'll the parents will be okay?" Olivia says, "Now that they both love the same child, maybe." They
Mm-hmm.
both salute to love, and then Olivia says, "Nice work, Professor," which makes me wonder who spilled the beans.
Yeah, who spilled the beans? Who
Who
told?
spilled the beans?
We're like,
Why is everybody calling the professor if
we
she
were like,
hasn't said anything?
I know, we're like,
And then
the
we
promo,
knew
dear.
it was coming.
We did. We didn't know it was gonna happen like this,
Uh,
dear God.
Literally, the promo starts with the first time Amanda introduced
Walks into the
herself,
SVU precinct for the first time in 13-1 scorched earth.
and
But
and
yeah,
introduces
she comes into
herself
one,
to
Nick comes into two. Yeah, that's correct.
Olivia,
Mm.
and says, "Hi, I'm Detective Amanda Rollins." And then they get the tag, like the caption that says for 12 years, and then talking
Yep.
about it. And this is, I guess, it's the time to say goodbye to Detective Rollins.
That was
Um, a lot
cries a
of the
little.
I was like, it was so beautiful, but
It
and I put
was.
the sobbing emoji because it was a very
The
beautiful
trailer,
promo. I was
the trailer hit real
thank
hard.
you.
That's like, who had to go
It
make
was
this and
because
probably cried while
yeah,
doing it?
yeah, because some of the bits and pieces of dialogue we get was literally hear Amanda saying outright, "I'm leaving SBU,"
Yep.
and that's a shot to the heart.
Mm.
And I didn't realize this until the other day, but I grew up with her. She's been on the show for 12 years.
Yep.
And that's how long I've
Literally.
been watching the show. We grew up
We
with
literally
Amanda
like
Rollins,
I've only been watching the
and
show for like
now
4 years, but like majority of like all the content I've taken is Amanda, and I'm like, oh my god, we'll
yeah,
probably do like
like
next week. I mean, not next week. We might do. There's a lot of off
then
weeks.
yeah.
It's like a whole nother off week, so we may do something. We'll figure it
Um,
out. Maybe
And
like an
then
ode
there's
to Amanda episode. We'll figure it out.
yeah, we
Probably.
should. Then there's this thing where Sunny's supposed to be with Liv yet.
Mm-hmm.
We get this scene of Olivia in a motel and
Mm-hmm.
Amanda's there talking to her, which oh my god, is gonna be emotional as frick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then we get Sunny like leaning against an elevator, like exasperated, and I'm like, oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
because my first thought was too sad about her leaving, and I can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the promo ends happy because we get to see Olivia and Finn's reaction to seeing Amanda in her wedding dress.
Yeah,
Like,
which we all knew about from like a month ago, but still.
she's walking in carrying a bouquet
Mm-hmm. Was
in a white dress. What else could it be? So they're
yeah.
literally like they see they're amazing. Like Finn and Liv are just so overwhelmingly happy for her,
Mm-hmm.
everything.
It's
At
so
least I'm
sweet.
hoping to God that's what the reaction was for. And
Yeah.
then they got really happy the last go.
Yeah.
Um, and Amanda walks in and she has the bouquet and she's smiling and everything.
Oh, oh, it hurts too much to think about.
Literally,
Sometimes I go,
and then the
oh,
freaking wedding
yeah. We
and
got a lot of questions about
Finn
this
says,
episode. That that's like the trailer.
Finn says, don't start crying already, Liv. And then we get Olivia a hug, and I'm going to be a mad
Yeah,
and a.
we'll be sobbing.
Also, I
What's
said that
what's with
I'm an
SVU and making the winter finale make us cry?
emotional
We were
prick
crying on
all
December
the
9th.
time.
December 9th was the People versus Richard Wheatley a year ago, and we were crying.
Oh my
Then,
god. Well, that's how a fic was born, so you know.
yeah, how we got famous. Just saying. And then a year
Uh,
later, come back
yeah.
sad.
Um, yeah. Then since don't start crying already, Liz. Please have Olivia had. Um, oh, I said that the fact that they might be having the wedding in the courthouse,
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's contributing to the theory that Terryn and I have that you know who is
Oh
going
yeah,
to
yeah,
officiate the wedding in a courthouse.
yeah.
Wedding
We could only hope.
courthouse officiate.
Crossing your
What's your
manifest and all the
wait,
things.
actually
Huh?
wedding courthouse officiating us?
Uh-huh.
Put the pieces together. You should probably be able to figure out who we're talking about.
Yeah, we gotta put that manifestation out there. If y'all aren't doing it, like I gotta do
Um.
it. Like,
All right. The
uh,
actual episode,
no,
what
no,
you
no.
give it?
There was one more thing about this. Though there was somebody.
I'm trying to get away the. I'm trying to get out of all the positive things out of the way
Okay, okay. Okay,
before
the
I go
episode.
to them.
Okay, okay. Episode 4.
I say 4.5.
Yeah, it's a good episode. I
I
like this
thought it
one.
was really good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, so there's articles going around and tweets and everything for the December 8th episode that apparently, like in the motel scene with Olivia and Amanda are
Amanda.
talking, there's going to be a conversation or something. Stabler's going to get brought up.
Yeah, and how
Here's
she
the
feels.
thing:
How
we don't know. Yeah,
how does
we
Olivia
don't know
feel?
what it is.
We just know it's how Olivia feels about Elliot. That's about all they really said.
Which I'd
It's
be
pretty.
mad about it being brought up in any episode, but really,
This is the one
can
time.
we wait? I mean, look, I get it. Fine, you want Olivia to have a good, solid conversation with her closest girlfriend,
Which
but
I think was this is what we
if
wanted. We did want it with Amanda. We just didn't want it like this.
yeah,
Like I could have
no,
had it like 4 episodes, like the
because
earlier in the season when
yeah,
it wasn't
they could
sad.
have had it before.
My pillow's
Don't put
falling
it
off.
in her last episode.
Yeah, I got a
It
lot of
should be
questions.
all
Like why are they in this
um.
hotel room? That's also another question that we don't really
It
know answers
all
to.
needs like if it's Amanda's last episode, it should be all Amanda's.
Yeah, we
It's
do.
also a Christmas episode.
We do know that. I was gonna say before I get to the question, the Christmas question, the part. I was gonna say
We're
like
getting
why
a
Olivia's in
Christmas
this hotel room. We
wedding.
don't really know why. It seems kind of suspicious. But anyway, we don't really know. It's a lot of questions. But
We're getting a
Christmas. It is
Christmas
Christmas. We gotta get
wedding.
yes.
And part of the
It's funny
episode
how
is
we
that
wrote. How it's funny how we
Olivia,
wrote Barson's Christmas wedding and then release the actually a Christmas wedding. We're like,
Oh, that's
Remember? Yeah. Are you typing
um
me something again?
yes, they're about to but let me say this. So yeah, the part of the tagline is that Olivia gets a case and she's
Mm,
trying to make Noah's Christmas wish come true,
yeah.
which I'm just thinking
Or
is
like,
Noah wants to be with her on Christmas
mm,
because last Christmas she had the hate crime case, was not
yeah.
with him Christmas.
Silent Night, Hateful Night was last Christmas.
The other extent of Christmas wish that we've always
Oh,
wanted to be is if he's there officiating the wedding,
yeah.
Noah
Sorry,
gets
I'd cry.
to
My little Barson heart would just
I
break.
will lose my shit. Okay, hold on,
Yeah.
let me get this video.
I'll fall off the couch on the floor and be
Yeah,
sobbing.
I would too.
Goodness. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. This is a long break, y'all. Oh no, we'll have to come up with, we'll have 2 episodes. There's 2 episodes we have to record before that episode because we have this week. It's another week, and then there's because we'll put them up on Wednesdays if we put it up on Wednesdays. Since we have two filler episodes we got to do. But there's that, and we're just like, Noah probably did wish for it, but I had a dream though. We were correct, and it was
You need to tell me about
I
it. You
did have a
haven't
dream.
told me yet.
Literally, it wasn't anything. It was just that's what he asked for. That was like it. And we moved
Um,
on. And he's like, what I asked for was to see my Uncle Rafa for Christmas. And I was like, oh. And then I was like moved on in my dream. I don't know what I was dreaming about that night. I had some weird dreams. I don't even know. I had some weird dream. Whatever's going on in my head.
there, yeah.
Oh,
So next episode is
oh yeah.
Kalli
Well,
giving
we'll put
her
that in there. We'll put that in there. That's good. That's a good one. Good one. Sorry.
last
Is it the
episode.
episode is indeed called Silent? Oh, no, it's not. That's the wrong episode. It's called Trauma in a Pear Tree. Like, bruh. The whole episode, trauma. You may have some ups, have some downs. We'll see.
I just still can't believe it's the last episode. It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right at all.
I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna be okay. I already
No.
know I'm not going to be
We'll go
okay.
lay on our couch, go get in my bed, and be like, I'll never forgive this show, but I'll keep watching it because it's a chokehold on me.
This is one of the times when I wish they would change the order of the episodes because I'm not gonna be able to pay attention to organized crime if I'm busy crying about Amanda.
Yeah, organized crime is gonna be a hot mess too, but
And
we'll
I
get to that
want
as
to
soon.
pay attention to organized crime because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, then we'll have to
But
watch it
I'll
again.
be busy
Probably.
crying about Amanda.
Literally, we'll be sobbing for the next 30 minutes. Who knows? We'll find out.
Plus,
It may be a sob
I
show.
won't sleep.
Y'all will
Great.
find out.
Organized crime. Whipping
Yes.
post. We start with a fun little
Yeah,
open thing
we
like
saw it. It's at least the first clip early as like a little
I was
promo, so
confused.
we
Yeah.
did see this before.
So literally Waylon is staring at a dripping coffee pot and he's like, we've been on the moon, mankind has walked on the moon, and this is still cutting edge of coffee making. I don't get it. Raya said, some said the moon landing was a hoax to keep the Russians. Waylon said, some people are morons.
Please,
Jet
this scene is
walks in
so
with his coffee and literally is just like, just hearing this come from her is just hysterical to me.
it's so funny. Come
And then
on, these
she's
guys
like,
have the funniest moments I've seen in a TV show in a
yeah,
long time.
she's like, what's up, colleague?
Colleagues, Josephine, J- Jamie and Jamie and Reyes are so funny together, like comedy to gold.
And
Little last week's episode called
um,
"Why is Artist Crime Comedy Gold?" Because of these
yeah.
guys. Funny.
And he was like, oh, we're talking about the moon landing possibly being a hoax. And Jet says, he says, there's an in the moon.
And we're like,
And I'm like, oh, of course, that's so
it's
her. And then she's walking out the room and
mm-hmm,
here's sees Lillian walk by and she's like, shit. So she goes to eavesdrop and
mm-hmm,
Lillian goes to talk to Ayana.
mm-hmm.
Um, and Ayana says, oh, leave, she's about to touch the door. She says, leave it open around here. Close door sends a message.
And that they're
Lillian
secrets.
closes the door anyway.
Yeah, we all knew it
Um,
was sus.
and says that indeed Ayana's like, no, no, Ayana says it because she says, so it's true. Like the organized crime bureau is
It's
you're
closing.
closing it. And Lillian's like, don't look sad. This is good for you too. We find out Ayana is getting a promotion to deputy inspector, and the
Mm.
head desk is already at 1 p.m.
Yeah, we're like, oh,
The one time I would love to be happy for her, but I don't want the organized crime bureau to get shut down.
yeah,
Um, they have a week.
yeah. As of that right now, because it's not like SVU or we know how many days it would have been if they didn't tell us.
Um, Jet heard everything,
Mm-hmm.
so she just walks back to her desk. Aigana comes out of her office with her Jet and sees her like monotone, and
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "What's wrong?" And Jet monotone voice says, "The end of days,"
They're like,
and then
oh,
that's it. I'm like,
mm,
"Baby, no," but
and
she
what
doesn't want to admit like
yeah, like
that she cares about this place, but she does.
she does. We know
Um,
she does.
then we get the answers to
Cool.
the last game if Elliot let Tia in.
So it is.
Yes, he did.
We were like, oh,
She's literally pouring coffee and she's coming out from waking up and says, "Good morning." He says, "Good morning." And we're like, "Oh my God."
they did the shit.
Um,
Apparently they did not.
well,
I
yeah,
said it like
you
I
jumped to
jumped.
conclusions and
I
said that they
did.
did. They
I
did
did.
not.
They did not. I mean, I like to run around thinking that in my head just because I like to be funny. So I'm gonna pretend like they did, even though they really did.
Honestly, they could have,
They could have.
because
It's weird. It's weird
all
because
we
we don't
got
know.
was
The thing is, it's
she
weird because she's like,
slept on the couch.
yeah, yeah, but like she's like kind of like getting. I mean, Elliot is not dressed, and then she's like her shirt's not buttoned or something like strange that she's not like put together all
All
the
we
way. So
all
it's
we
like,
got was they were drunk AF and
yeah,
she slept on the couch. So for
yeah,
all we know, they could have done it
they could have done the sheet,
before she slept on the couch.
Yeah, but she's not like put together very well. I mean, like obviously she was sleeping, so you wouldn't be, but it's like, hmm,
But
a
then
little,
we get the things that everybody has been flipping out about,
yeah.
and apparently, well, they got drunk.
They were
Elliot
real drunk.
drunkenly
Ellie was drinking before
said,
she even showed up, so they were
"Yeah,
real drunk
he was very
before.
drunk." Also, we know that Elliot got drunk now.
It's not a proper
Um,
way you should deal with your grief once again, but whatever.
1 second, I got ideas again.
Okay, I'll continue on. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So he says
Elliot drunkenly
he's
admits he's in love with another
yeah.
woman,
He says
Tia.
yeah. He says she's like I'm in love with another woman or something like that, or there's a woman he's in love with. But like he doesn't say who this is, so I don't know why certain people jump to conclusions of what he was talking about. He could have been talking about Kathy for all we know, because he was talking at Kathy's. Yes, we definitely can do that. But I think I know where to put that. Uh, but
Mm, text it,
because
text it.
okay,
I'll
because
keep
like
talking.
okay, well I'm thinking brain farted. Yeah, all we like we could have been talking about Kathy, his wife, because he was looking at her picture, before Tia came over.
Yeah,
He could be talking
but
about
everybody
Olivia.
jumps to
I mean, he
conclusions.
could have been, but it's very ambiguous.
Like, I swear to God, if that ruins my Rollins happiness
Yeah,
moments next week,
we did.
I'm going to have a fit.
Yeah, literally.
Um,
Mm,
you put love shouldn't be complicated. True. Then we find out the big case in the episode that Pearl Serrano has been attacked and is in the hospital because she
mm,
was poisoned
mm-hmm.
and attacked. Um, Teddy thinks it's a message to his family. He is by her side.
Yeah. Mm. I will lift that a line real quick about how Tia says love. I think it's Tia that says love shouldn't be complicated. So I think he says something like it's complicated, and she's like, love shouldn't be complicated. I'm like, you're right. You're right.
No,
Right.
she's not. Um,
We'll have to go write that, but not now. We'll think about
and so like they get the case, and Teddy is like, "Okay, I only want you taking this case."
it. Mm-hmm.
So Elliot goes to Yana and is like, "We got a new case," and she's like, "We're not taking any more cases. Hand it off."
Mm-hmm.
And Elliot's like, what?
Hand it
No,
up.
actually, Elliot was like, all right, okay. Um,
This
and he
is me
goes up
handing
to
it up.
Jamie and he's like, let's go. Um, and he's like, what? And he said, if anyone asks, this is the Hannah.
I was like, no, don't be corrupting this man here.
Um,
Corrupting this Elliot.
then we get the first little part of Jet and Ayana talking about the fact that the place is closing. And it hurts me that neither of them will just admit it because you both can be so close, but you won't talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because it literally says, to get Jet, Ayana asked Jet to do something. And Jet's like, is
Mm-hmm.
there a deadline? And Ayana says, do I need to be under a deadline for you to be following my orders? And Jet says, no, I thought I was just sensing something in the air. And I wrote, Jet trying to get Ayana to tell her to be supportive, and Ayana is struggling to tell everyone. Then we find out Teddy is talking to his dad. He does not care about Pearl in the slightest. They go to do Elliot and Jamie go to do more investigation. They go back to the bureau. Ayana's like, what part of handing it off don't you understand? No, it's just I handed it off to Jamie. And Ayana is mad. She said,
Mm-hmm.
no, you broke your word. I was like, ooh, we
No, I
finally
was
get
like
to yelling at him.
it was getting tense
So
already. Look, we should have known
finally,
it was getting real
well,
tense
not
halfway
really, we
through,
should have known.
but we didn't.
Uh, well, Jet did some research and went digging through her social media, which is apparently what she does. Like they had like this thing where it's like everybody goes through police files. I go straight to social media.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we find out what was it like internally drugged, but I don't know what. Shit finds these fancy scarves off her neck on the night that like she was in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Chet says, God, people love to post about the rich and famous, don't they?
And I was like, oh, Jet with her
Yeah,
one-liners makes my day.
yeah,
When the show's dragging too
agreed.
long, I'd be like,
They
one-liner
really do.
time.
And then there was like a moment where like they're all like tense and looking at each other and everything, and Danielle posted on Twitter and said, "Lol." That moment when you're still kind of mad, but you have to work together
Mm-hmm.
because that's what it is. Like the squad is like figuring something out, and things aren't going well, and it's getting mad and um
Oh yeah.
good to leave off. Oh, then they have Waylon and Reyes go to talk to Teddy because apparently Elliot's busy.
Yeah, doing something.
Um, and Teddy gets mad immediately. He's like, he called them Stabler's lackeys
I
and
mean,
kicked them out.
and I mean, they kind of have been. I mean, well, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Everybody feels like he's just saying.
And then there's like a thing they call Tia in to help with the case again. Um, and she says, I can tell you all the favors I called in, but it won't make you appreciate me any more than you already do. And I was like,
Oh.
ah. Um, trying to remember what I. Oh, okay.
Uh,
So they find a post about something and they for Pearl. Um, they're posting like a picture of something that says Belladonna. Um, Jet's like talking about like this painting on this post, and then it's
yeah.
called like Belladonna, and she said starts says Belladonna. It's and Elliot and Tia finish her sentence is that Italian for beautiful woman,
She was like,
and Jet's like I was going to do that.
she
Um,
had her like presentation thing. She was ready, and
yeah,
then it just ruined it. I was like,
and she says again, somebody asked about the thumb drive that they've gotten with like information. And she's like, I'm working on it. She says sternly. She's getting mad.
Mm.
What the frick did I? Okay, I wrote something in the doc that I literally wrote in all caps. I called it. Oh, I remember.
I remember what you were talking about.
I remember now. So there's a picture of Tia and Jet talking to each other, and I sent it to you, and I said, if this is her saying that she's going to accept the offer because organized crime bureau is closing, I'll freak out.
Yep.
Well, she says, she walks up to Tia and says, I have a passport. I have a Dutch passport, so I can work overseas. And I was like,
Mm.
excuse me. And she's like, I'll keep that in mind. I'll pass your name along, stuff like that. And I was like, why? At first, I was like, Sloop, Sloop Maker
No
is
one
like a Dutch
knows.
name. So maybe that's where she has a passport. My understood theory is maybe that's where she's from and her parents are there. I don't know. Why did she
Literally,
get
they
a
never
Dutch
literally give us
passport?
nothing about this show, but about any other characters.
And then they're getting more information about um like where Pearl is, but she's not at the Silas' home. She's hiding out with her sister, and they're getting the location. And Elliot's like, Jet, you're amazing. Jet immediately replies back, I know. And Elliot's like, I am humble. They're walking around this house, and Tia's like, I think she sent us the wrong location. Elliot's like, she is never wrong,
Mm-hmm.
which is good because, like,
Mm.
no, I don't think she's ever wrong about like tech locations and everything. So we find out that Pearl Sister Eva picked her up. The ascot that Jet had saw her wearing on her social media earlier had been laced with poison.
Yep.
Um, they try to go chase after this guy who knows things about the poison ascot, and Elliot trips over a woman who was pushed on the ground.
You did. I was like, bro,
Uh,
come on, dude.
and when they actually get catch the guy, he's actually at his best for once, and I'm like, finally,
You're
something
finally
realistic.
acting your age. You're
Yeah.
finally acting your age. Like,
Um, then we get
somebody.
another Ayana and Jet conversation. Well, Elliot's interrogating the guy. They're like having another conversation about like stuff in the organized task force. I didn't write down the quote. I
Mm.
literally just wrote in all caps, ladies, just talk, please.
It was something about the whole, closing the unit thing, and she was like,
I said, mom and daughter are getting sent. Because that is what we call them now. They're like,
literally, that's what they
especially
always
because now we know that Jet
his parents don't talk to
relationship with her
her.
sucks, that Ayana is her honorary mother. So we're
Hmm.
going with it. Um, Apparently, we also find out Reyes has a girl at 1PP.
Yeah, like who are you talking to? But okay.
Hello. Okay. Um, then we get a conversation of Reyes and Jamie being like, "What are you? Is this place closing? If it's closing."
They're talking in the car.
Reyes says, "Yeah,
They
maybe
write
we just
write
too.
conspiracy theories in the car.
Maybe, yeah, really, exactly. They're already, yeah. He's like, maybe we're just too good.
They don't want. They were like,
That's
one
really
PP
closing.
doesn't want us to catch them, so they're shutting us down.
Yeah." And Jamie's like, "I think it's budget cuts." Um, So we find out that Teddy has no idea who possibly could do this to Pearl. Father definitely does.
Hmm.
Um, then we get the conversation of she is going back to Italy. And Elliot says to her, I like having you here. She says, as you wish. They hug goodbye and it lasts a long time.
Yeah, a long time. We
Um,
said that's a long hug.
and before she leaves, the last thing she says, because whoever you are in love with, she's a lucky woman. And you wrote in the bottom, no, she needs to run as far as possible
Oh my
away from
God. I was like, nah, better go run, girlie.
him.
Stop.
Um, then we find out the guy who poisoned Pearl with the ascot. His name is Luca. He's
Mm.
Italian, so he gets hired to do this. Um, said he just beat him up with a baseball.
Yeah.
And he says he tried to kill my wife. And we both agree that we think Teddy really loves Pearl and would give everything for her. It's just that his dad does not like her.
Yeah.
Um, he says, I hope he dies. And he says, I know I'm not a good person or a good husband, but I love my wife. Uh, we also find out Pearl is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I said we should have known something was because he was like a couple episodes ago. I forgot what she was. Oh, it was
yeah,
episode. It was episode where she was talking about leaving, and she was like really freaked out. And he was like, "Are you wondering?" He's something about like her being on her period or something, and she was like, "No."
yeah. Okay.
Was she like PMS or
Um,
something? She was like, "No." She was like, "No," and it was like, "Oh." It
okay.
wasn't. It was the opposite of that. It was being pregnant. Anyway.
So like the guy is sadly beaten, and he's like dying, and he asks Elliot to pray for him
Uh-huh.
in the ambulance and help him get into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Which, okay, fine, good Elliot moment, but it also felt like, I don't know,
It's
maybe
weirdly
it's
out
just
of
us
place.
resistant stuff, but it felt awkward.
Yeah.
Um, it worked though, I guess. We also find out the baby is Pearl's baby is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that we did indeed find out that Rob Silas said he's dead,
We're at less than a minute, so finish your thought.
paid to have Pearl murdered, and said he's like, we were going to name our grandchild after him. But now what do we do?
Yeah.
And when we come back, we gotta talk about the giant scene at the
The
end.
last scene at the end. Yeah. We're like, oh. The scene had us all messed up. I was so mad when I went to bed. We were
Mhm.
incredibly angry with I was like, bro, I can't even we were gonna write something and then we were like, okay, we're back. Time for that last scene. Oh boy. Like
Oh boy, indeed.
because we literally had thoughts in our heads that we were gonna write, and then we were like, we're taking it back. He doesn't deserve it anymore. We're
Nope.
taking it back.
Yeah, because we're trying, really trying to get
We were
Elliot
trying to be
squeezed
good.
out.
We were really trying to be good noodles, and then
No,
became bad ponies instead.
but it's not our fault. Cannon did it.
Literally, we were trying to be good noodles. Like we had a plan to be a good noodle,
So,
and then
um, it's the end of this episode.
yeah,
Ayana is pouring drinks in her office. Elliot comes in. She's pouring it to tell him that she is taking her promotion. And I was
mm,
like, oh my God, she's taking her promotion. What does this mean?
mm.
Well, Elliot knew.
He's like, he's like, we're friends. You're supposed to be able to talk to me about this kind of stuff. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
hello, who do
okay,
you think you
cool.
are?
Why do you think she didn't?
Literally,
Oh, I
wait,
know now. Um,
because you acted because he
so
actively
this
acted a
isn't
fool then.
the so um this is the third fight they've had in a while.
Yeah, they haven't fought
They had
like this in a
two
minute.
last season, um, two this season.
Mm-hmm.
One of them last season was fake, but
Yeah,
the
no,
one
we like to
real
run
was
around saying
real.
it wasn't.
Um,
We like to run around saying there was some sort of feeling into
yeah, a
that,
lot
but
of the stuff that they said was true. So,
yeah.
um, so where
Oh,
did
they're
we leave?
talking. Oh, I already seriously kind of remember this because I was mad and it's in my brain now. Because he's like, "You were my friend. You could have told me." She's like, "Oh, this is what your little attitude about." And then he was like, "It was just because you feel guilty about something." I don't know. I haven't finished the line. Finished
Yeah,
about
it's just because you feel guilty about this. And
yeah, about like you were like, "Oh wait, hold on," and then she was like, "This oh that's what this is what your little attitude is about." And then they kind of argue some more, and he's like, "Oh, he says about like this unit only exists because like we were trying to catch my wife's killer when the organized crime existed before then." But
yeah,
I was like,
they
"Bro, what are you
brought
arguing?"
Elliot in. Ayana was already the sergeant before that.
Yeah,
She
organized
was
crime.
the reason
They were catching
Elliot
Wheatley,
came to
but
organized crime.
they were catching Wheatley. Organized crime was catching Wheatley, but the reason why they hadn't caught him yet, but they were catching Wheatley. And he only kind of escalated their speed of finding Wheatley a little quicker. But
And
like,
at one point,
to be accurate,
At one point, Ayana says, maybe you were pissed I didn't ask your permission. I was like,
I was like,
ooh.
oh man, it's kind of
And
tense up in here.
at the end, like, I don't fully remember all of it, but Elliot was yelling and berating her
Yeah, he
so
basically
much.
he was yelling about
Ayana
like
was in tears.
Yeah, because he's saying like RCU only exists because my wife. We were trying to catch my wife's killer, and you wouldn't have this job if it wasn't for me. And it was real bad pony
She
behavior.
was
That's
in
she was. You can
tears.
like if you look at
Like
her, not
he
him,
brought
you
her
can
to
tell
tears,
she's in tears, and she's really upset about this. He's just going at it, and you're just like,
and he just immediately
bad pony.
leaves. He leaves, and I'm like, he hurt our girl.
And I was like, good
Um,
fights. These are fighting
and
words.
then
I mean, we
she
have a lot of fighting
walks.
words. That is fighting. Oh,
Yeah,
because he's like, oh,
she
thanks for
walks
the drink, and then he walks out first, and I was like, bro, you really did.
out. I knew. So back to the Wheatley thing. Even Danielle tweeted it. She like you can't see it, but she said actually the task force was started before you, but whatever.
I know. It's like, bro,
Um,
it's, oh,
so after Elliot leaves, Ayana goes and stands out on her like little loft by her
yeah,
office, and she
yeah,
looks at Jet, Jamie, and Bobby, and she's like, "So you all knew?" And
yeah,
then they leave the room, and that's the end of the episode.
yeah. It was like they all knew. They were
Yeah, right.
conspiracizing about it the whole episode. They knew. They
Yeah,
knew something.
literally.
They didn't know that. They knew something, but I don't think they knew that.
So
They,
next, yeah. So the organized crime mid-season finale is called Last Christmas. Um, which means we're getting two Christmas episodes again. Cool.
what?
I pause before we go talk about more organized crime stuff.
Oh, yeah. You thought of something I saw it on your
Yes,
face.
I did. Uh,
Uh, man, we have so many y'all. We have so many fixed to write. Y'all don't understand. And
no, this isn't a. It's
now that
like
I'm on
I don't want
holiday
to.
break, I really have time to just write large amounts of chunks of fix and play Pokemon. When we tell you Pokemon's had a chokehold on the two of us, this is a
Yeah, we're writing and playing
chokehold.
Pokemon at the same time.
That game has a perfect, love that. But it literally gets put a chokehold on us playing Pokemon
Okay.
Violet for
Um.
three
Yeah.
days. It came
Yeah.
out Thursday night at like midnight for you, is 11 for me.
Yeah.
So after Law and Order,
Okay.
we played Pokemon. Literally.
Um.
Have not stopped
Yeah.
since.
Um.
Talking about
So
the
this
promo.
whole thing of like an ambush because I think they're going after the Silas and all that, and
Yeah.
they get into a where this episode is like they're in a warehouse. There's an ambush. They're getting ambushed.
Mm.
You see it really fast. Those shoes don't look fast enough. You can't really tell, but it looks like Whelan is on the ground holding like his rib because he was shot.
Yeah.
It could not be Whelan, but that's who it looks like it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Somebody is down. Somebody is down.
and like they're literally all like a bunch of the scenes is they're all running, they're aiming their guns, everything. And the young and the like the big quote in the episode is probably after if it's Waylon and he's down, she says, "I'm not leaving a man on our last
Mm-hmm.
day,"
Like,
which proves how much
commitment
um
she's putting into this, even if it's the
commitment she
last
has,
day.
how much she cares about her detectives. Um, if even if it is the last day, how she's not going to give on them until ever.
Mm. I feel like realistic.
Um,
We don't
yeah,
know. As of the last time I checked, organized crime is not canceled. It is still renewed for January that we know of. This could be their make or break episode. Who knows? Then maybe that's why they wrote it like this. Because it could be make or break. The show could. If it flops, the show is probably canceled. If it doesn't flop, they'll make up something to keep going. Because
but
nobody's,
please watch
yeah, something. Keep our show going. Because we'll be down to two little shows to watch if y'all don't go watch.
one and a half. I don't know
But
how I'm gonna do after Kelly leaves.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we podcast about it. We'll still watch it, he has a choke on us. But yeah,
Only for Peter
yeah. Sad day.
and Marissa
What was I
and
saying?
Molly. But yeah,
Yeah, so organized crime, maybe on the boot. We don't know yet. We'll find out.
probably not.
Because because I feel okay, so if the show does not get canceled, we'll find out because we don't really know. We're kind of just flopping around here. But they have to think of something to revive the story. They gotta now. Okay, some whack they might do if they feel like it. They probably won't. Is they might have to pull out the fact that Wheatley is not dead. They have to go snatch that storyline back up real quick to go give him some boost or something. I don't know. They might go pull that one back out again. Who knows?
He's busy
He's
playing
busy.
a cop on a different show.
Yeah, but it's a Dick Wolf show too. But who knows? They might find something. They gotta find something to bring
Guest star.
because they kind of just like because okay, the casino was done. Pearl is having me. Teddy is in jail. They kind of just closed all the. They kind of just closed all that off.
Yeah. All right. Do we have anything else to say?
No.
Um, I know it will be after by the time you guys watch this, so I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving if you
Yeah, happy
celebrate.
Thanksgiving. Happy thankful. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, because I'm no, that's okay.
Have a good
Uh,
weekend then.
yeah, we played Pokemon a lot. Maybe we'll rant about that next week. I don't know. We'll find out.
We probably will.
Yeah. I'm on vacation, so I really will be pumping out fics like crazy.
I have a 4 day week, 4 day weekend because it's the holidays, and then yeah,
Yeah. So we'll be coming out. We have lots of ideas for fics. We have so many fics that we've been working on. So many parts in fics that we added. There's so many things we've done in
yeah,
the
and
past
then
couple
when
weeks.
we need to start keep going because
Yeah. I mean,
the
we
day is here.
I mean, oh, it is Thanksgiving. For me too. It is Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Uh, we've written a fic in a day. We can do it.
Sure.
We wrote the Halloween one in a day. We finished it in like 24 hours. Because you got distracted once again and said, "Oh, it's finally the day. We need to finish that."
Yeah.
So we will be getting to work. So I'll have to
Yep.
lazily edit
Okay.
this episode because I don't think it'll take much for me to edit this one because it's only like 3 parts.
Yeah. All right. Bye, friends.
All
Thanks
right.
for listening.
Thanks for listening. It's very late. We're gonna keep riding and go to sleep. All right. So good night. Well, not good night to you because I'm gonna keep talking to you, but we're ending the show for
Good
now.
night, listeners.
Good night, listeners. It won't be night when you're listening. Maybe it will be. Who
Or
knows? Have a
maybe it
great
will. Who
day.
knows?
Great day, night, whatever you want to do with your time.
Morning, evening, noon, night.
Mm,
I think I'm getting tired of rambling now.
yeah. Yeah. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop so we can get back to work. Okay.
All
Good
right.
night.
Thank you for
Bye.
listening.
Thanks
See
for
you next
listening.
time.
Bye. Thanks for listening.